I was getting a massive pressure point right there because it was digging in. All right, I don't even know if this is recording or not. There is a learning curve to this thing. I do have the extended tripod thing on there. Extended tripod thing. It's the Insta 360. This is the Insta 360 Flow. So I've been, really like messing around with it, trying to figure out what's going to work, checking different settings, trying the different modes, figuring out what's going to work. With this cell phone gimbal, what makes it slightly difficult and why I'm actually recommending that you get the Insta 360 extra tripod, like a sword, it balances out the camera. So like, see what I'm saying? Like right now it's tracking me, and I'm feeling there is definitely going to be a fatigue. There's going to be a fatigue that's associated with doing this. Switching hands, like I just switched hands right now. You got to think about it this way, man. I'm a kind of guy that works with my hands, not all day, but for the longest time, it's been every day, all day long. Now, I'm using the back camera right now. It's a little difficult because you can't see what it's focusing on. You can't see, like, nothing is framed. So that's why I was saying in the other video that your footage is only going to be as good as your best camera. See, I'm switching hands again. Now, could you tell that I switched hands? Like, is it like a shoulder switch or whatever? So there's a few things that I noticed. Yeah, it does have the built-in tripod. It's fine. You got some people, wine bagging that I've seen some videos. It does have a tripod that's built in, and that's for convenience. The other thing that was missed, when you don't pull out the tripod to a tripod mode, the handle actually extends out. And I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. All right, not the best way to show this, but so on the handle, right? This is what I was trying to say. Yeah, see? Long press the trigger. Yeah. Well, inside the handle, see, I initially was just treating this, I think, as like a tripod, not thinking or realizing that it's... And I think it might have been the way I pulled it out. That's what had happened. See, I had pulled it out, and I was like, oh, here's the tripod. You see what I'm saying? So once you extend out everything, it then becomes a pretty good tripod. And believe it or not, this tripod is good for what it's intended to do. If you wanted something bigger and bulkier, you go ahead and you get the InstaFlow 360 metal tripod, which is definitely a way better thing. And I really fully believe that if you buy this. Just throw it in your cart, buy it, because this is that offset sword thing, and it will also give you that optional or extra little bit more reach. It just feels like it's good quality. But anyways, so what I was saying was that I had kind of opened it like that. Now when you close this then becomes that extra point. Get out of there. This then becomes that, what's up? This then becomes that extra point of, see what I'm saying? Like when you've got your hand there, I was getting a massive pressure point right there because it was digging in. But when you pull this out, it then allows you to be able to have a resting point for your palm. At least that's how I feel. This silicone grip, kind of torn about that. I don't know if I really like it. It does kind of feel okay, but with this, it gives it like a weird bump. When you screw this in, then like I said, this offsets, the handle offsets the sword, so, or the tang. So that's just a quick little thing. What's going on? It froze. Oh, uh-oh. Check that out. It froze. Look at the gimbal isn't operating now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. All right, it looks like it's back. 1, 2, 3. Camera froze. Huh. Well, that's weird. So the software froze. Back out. Look at that. If I power it off. Powered off, thing goes completely dead, but look at this. This is frozen. Dolly's. Oh, okay. It's back. Well, maybe it wasn't frozen. Well, I wasn't. I wasn't recording, so maybe it wasn't frozen. All right, whatever. Just trying to figure this dang thing out. Oh, look at that, tracked me. It ain't tracking right. See what it's doing? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it wasn't even on. See, I'm still learning. 1, 2. Should flip it. I am getting it though. Will automatically track. Single press, and it will track then. Yeah, I do like it, man. I actually do like it. So I'm just gonna end this. Just gonna end it all. Press and hold, and then it's dead. Right. She wants to come in, man. I gotta go let her in. You're such a wine bag. Why are you being such a wine? I know you hear me. What? Come on in. You wanna come in? Haley, you wanna stay? Okay, you wanna come in too? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah, but you're not coming in the rest of the house. You're not coming in the rest of the house. Not for now. Not for now. Sorry, you're in jail. Now you're good. All right, so we got the cable company coming today to do some upgrades in the house. So back to the show. Back to the show. So you can see the handle actually extends out. So it does give it a little bit better no pressure point. I guess I want to say that. It makes it so that there's no pressure point in your hand. And that was one of the biggest complaints, I guess, if you want to say complaints, that I had, was the fact that I was getting just that weird pressure point in my hand. So that is gone, but not because of the extended handle piece that's kind of like built into the unit. It's because I'm using the Insta 360 extra tripod thing. I definitely recommend that. With that like grip thing, which makes it, again, a little bit more difficult. I'm looking down at the controls. With the grip thing, they've got that like silicone grip thing. It makes it so that it's bigger. It's weird. So in order for that little extended handle piece to fit up and inside the handle, it has to be smaller. It also has a very cheap feel. But again, I'm not complaining about any of that. There's no grip surface on it. There's no nothing. So I've said all the time, there's always, no matter what it is, there's going to be a give and take. The give is the fact that the handle itself, that's, the handle extension is, it's just different, man. Overall, I do have to say I like it. The tracking ability so far as tested has been great. Putting that extended handle in there definitely makes it so that the balance is, I want to say, better. So the tracking, again, look at the tracking. It lost me, but then it found me. See what I'm saying? So the tracking is pretty dang good. I've been trying to figure out, is this something that, a normal everyday person is going to want? Probably not. I'm going to see if this is going to work for my intention. Going to give it a couple of tests outside. But I just wanted to say that the video that I did before, where I was kind of like saying, it's a massive fault. The massive fault was the fact that I didn't notice that the tripod was actually a handle extension. I just thought it was just part of the deal. Like it just pulled out and it's a tripod. So that was my fault. Yeah, so I retract my issue about that. You still will get fatigue, whether if it's arm fatigue or hand fatigue. So if you're using this, and especially when you use the extended thing there. So here, let me extend it real quick. That's the other thing too. You almost have to extend this thing, or should extend this thing first, I think, because it makes you feel like you're gonna break it. So now you can see it's really extended out. Now, it's really extended out also because my hand is on that black tripod thing. So you can really get some shots that are way out there in a sense, as far as the little thing will allow it to go. The gimbal itself has limitations, but those limitations are there again. Same thing, give and take. Give and take because, again, you have to give up something sometimes to be able to get something else. And that's mostly, I think that's most likely everything that you ever do is a give and take, or everything that you ever buy is a give and take. when you want to have the camera further away, you have to realize that you've got all this weight that's that much more extended out that you better have an arm that's going to be able to hold that weight. Not only is it the weight of the phone, which again, I know, couple grams, wine bag. But not only is it the weight of the phone, it's also the battery is inside the handle. It's not inside the handle, it's inside the main arm. So the main arm has the battery in it, giving more weight further out. So you see what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do right now is just going to switch this. It's a triple trigger press. See, I'll show you what she's doing because she sees me walking around. So, right there. So I single trigger pressed, and then it obviously locks onto her. What? Ah! What you doing? I didn't say come in. See, it lost her, but then it saw her again. So, yeah. See if it will automatically lock onto him as if he's something. No, but I can do the single trigger press on the thing. Tracking effect reduced. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a screen record. Will this thing allow me to do a screen record? Won't allow me to pull down. Whoa. Well, whatever. 1, 2, 3. And then a single click, and then it will track me again. So there's these little things that I think that it's a learning curve, like with anything, especially with tech. There's always a learning curve. What I kind of wish is that when it's in the tracking function, right, or I wish there was a way for it to automatically track. I haven't figured out if it automatically does it, but what I did notice is that when you've got this thing extended out and you got it angled and bent and all that stuff, right? Depending upon how you've got the device angled, when you've got it flipped, right? Depending upon how you've got the device angled when you have it flipped around, meaning like spun around, like this. Say, watch. 1, 2, 3. It'll flip all the way around. And then, watch, I'll do 1, 2, 3 again. Let's see if it automatically tracks me. I'm going to put myself off a little bit. 1, 2, 3. And it's not automatically tracking me now. Okay, watch if I single click. And then single click, it'll automatically track. So what you have to remember is that when you do the triple trigger thing from, you know, when it's turned around and you're filming beyond you, you just have to remember when you do the triple trigger, you also then have to do a single trigger, and then it will automatically, I guess, recognize or focus on you. So, like I said, I've got a bunch of things that I've got to still try. The camera or the phone, I call it a camera. That's what they are nowadays. Phones aren't phones, they're cameras. It almost seems like it's lost me. Did it lose me? There we go. Okay. It was doing something weird. And that's the other thing, too. There is a haptic feedback or a vibration that you could feel. So I think that gives you the indicator when something isn't functioning correctly. Anyways, this is RC Guy Garage, and this is just basically talking about this Insta 360 Flow. It's camera tech, it's fun stuff. There's just, again, there's always going to be a give and take. You just need to figure out which give is worth the take. I'm out. What are you doing?